said, I don't want to talk about LeBron James every freaking day or Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers or all the you got to talk about. I don't want to do that every day. Now you're going to ESPN, and you've been critical of ESPN, particularly their coverage of the Lakers. What are your thoughts as this is your last season heading over?
Yeah, Dan, I'm not going to change. I'm going to do what I want to do. Nobody's going to tell me what to say or what to do. I thought I get upset. They're like the Lakers are contenders. I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not contenders. Kendrick Perkins, who don't know from a hole in the wall. He's like, the Lakers are contenders. The Lakers are contenders, and I said they're not contenders. And clearly, if you lose in the first round, you're not a contender. But I'm not going to change my personality. Ain't nobody. They can't fire me. I make too much money to get fired. So they can't fire me. First of all, they fire me. They got to pay me for 7 years, and I'm gonna quit way before then. But they want to fire me. I would love for them to do that. The only decision we've been making is how long I'm gonna work, and I've been going back and forth with TNT for the last 2 months, whether I'm gonna work 2 years or 3 years. But if I really wanted to, I could stay for 7 years, which there's no chance of that happening. Zero. But I have made it. I'm making a decision whether I'm going to stay 2 years or 3 years, but it's more likely 2 years. But if they're going to fire me, they'd have to pay me for 7, which they're not going to do because I make too much money. So I'm not worried about getting fired. And nobody at ESPN is going to tell me what to say or do, period.
And will you work with Perkins and Stephen A. and all those guys? Is that how it's set up? How's it set up for you guys?
Well, that's one thing that's been very interesting and frustrating for me. We actually don't have any idea how this thing going to work. We have no idea how much we're going to work. We don't know who we're going to work with. So that's, to be honest with you, that's actually been one of the most frustrating things and one of the reasons I hesitate to sign off on a deal. We've been fighting behind closed doors. I'm like, I'm not taking no job, and I know how. Number one, the most important thing is how much I'm going to work. That's been my biggest gripe, to be honest with you. Like, well, how much am I going to work? I mean, the notion that I'm gonna work more as I get older, that's just not gonna happen.
All right, y'all. So there you have it. That was Charles Barkley, and he was sending a stern message to ESPN. And I also want to say that I want to thank y'all so much for tapping into my channel. Charles Barkley has all the rights to say what he said because he said that ESPN network can't censor him. So he said that he can say whatever he wants. That's not going to fly with ESPN. He said that they can't fire me, they can't charge, they can't fire you. And he said that they can't censor me. They absolutely can censor you. But what I can say is that there's a lot of sports analysts that are fake. They're paid in, for example, right now there's a rumor circling around that Shannon Sharp and Nick Wright are actually paid plans by Clutch Sports, allegedly. And that's the reason why I always liked people like Jason Whitlock and also sometimes Charles Barkley, because they're not afraid to actually say what's on their mind. And Charles Barkley is saying that he will continue being the same person that he is now, which is outspoken, basically uncle. He's saying that I refuse to be censored. I'm going to keep doing me. And I actually agree with this statement that he did on this, during this interview. And that is the reason why we all like Charles Barkley and also Shaq for that matter. So let me know what you think about this. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next videos.